What is that one song that is 100 perfect? Everybody wants to rule the world by Tears for Fears. Beautiful lyrics, beautiful music, fresh and interesting sounding. I've always adored this song, but was slightly surprised it's the one that popped in my head when I read this question. Sure, I'll think of a bunch of others, but my opinion, perfect song. Always happy to hear it. There's also a beautiful cover of it by a band called Letters that's worth listening to if you're a fan of this song. 1. Flower Duet from Lakme by Delibs. See a 3 Lockage from CLKH. Point 2. O Fortuna from Carmina Burana by Carl of TK70GZURN9. 3. Ian Foca Cal d'Amore by Handel. Ein klein nach Musik, a little night music Mozart. A lot of wonderful posts with music I love. J Pink Floyd for myself, shout out to the Wish You Were Here's votes. But this may be a 200-year song, we can rest assured that will still be known to popular musicians a couple hundred years from now. Vincent Don McLean, Sounds of Silence cover Disturb. We Are the Champions Queen. Hurt Johnny Cash, Take Me to Church Hosier. Unforgiven Metallica. Billy Jean MJ, Lose Yourself for Eminem. Scared Tragically Hip. There are several. Metallica one always comes to my mind first as a metal song. Saltatio Mortis Loki. And I think of German hard rock music. Queen, The Show Must Go On if we are talking classic rock. And so many more. Bullet Train by Steven Schwartz. I'm a person who just loves good music or art in general. The genre doesn't matter to me, but I always thought for melodic dubstep that Bullet Train is a perfect composition. Africa by Toto. But don't take my word for it. My Baby Just Cares for me, Nina Simone. You really got me, the Kinks. Alone with You, the Sunny Bows. The Hurricane, Bob Dylan. Jambalaya on the Bayou, Hank Williams. Weekend, Black Eyed Peas. Dream On orchestral version. I've seen it referred to as both the 1991 10th MTV anniversary and 1993 special live version. Not entirely sure which is correct, but regardless, 'tis peak. Crying in Public acoustic version by Chairlift. The lyrics are quite literally the most dreamist and poetic professions of love I have ever read. And the vocals are unreal. Michael Jackson being one of the amazing artists of all time. I would say a song. They Don't Care About Us. Jump to Prince. Another Genius. Purple Rain. Chloe Dancer, Mother Love Bone. In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. Father Figure, George Michaels. Edge of 17, Stevie Nicks. Wish You Were Here, Floyd. Tell me that this remix to the classic Not Just Perfect gives SpongeBob SquarePants X Afrobeat by Miss Tiana Clark. Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads. Like the fact that you can't play it by itself on piano just shows how compositionally complex and interesting it is. Aerith's theme piano version. It plays whenever I turn on my PS4. And some days I can just lay there for ages listening to it. It's peaceful and calming. For me, it's Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Its intricate structure, powerful vocals, and memorable melodies have earned it acclaim across generations. Sir Duke Stevie Wonder. He's got a lot of incredible songs, but there's literally nothing that could be done to elevate that one in any way. Killing in the Name Of. I'm not even much of a Rage Against the Machine guy, but it's 5 minutes of pure fire from the moment it starts. Born to Run, Bruce Springsteen and the Street Band. Maps, Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Shaky Dog, Ghostface Killer. I Want You Back, Jackson 5. Sound of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel. Miss Me with that disturbed vandalism of a cover. I do love metal, but the original was perfect. Sitting Still, Rem. Ghost in You, Psychedelic Furs, but the Robin Hitchcock cover is better. Bows of Summer, Don Henley. So Many on Their Own Way. Los Angeles. By the Midnight. Piano Man. By Billy Joel. Revolution Calling. By Queensrÿche. I'll Be There For You by Bon Jovi. Captures the young romance spirit of the 80s perfectly. Still holds up 40 years later. Edge of 17, Stevie Nicks, Jack Black and Joan Cusack concur. The never even released rework of Here in Your Arms by Heliga be done by Mia. and presented on a random podcast. Hurt by Johnny Cash. It grabs you with the sheer weight of it and doesn't let you go. It's hauntingly beautiful. All My Friends LCD Sound System. Master of Puppets by Metallica. You don't need to be a metalhead to know that it's an absolute masterpiece. Deep Purple's 1972 Highway Star is the perfect rock song. The live version on Made in Japan is supreme. Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Every single time I hear it, I'm still in love with it after so long. Little Wing, Yimmy or Stevia. Not the Clapton one. Waltz In by the Stairway Night Live Band. Shine On Your Crazy Diamond, Pink Floyd. Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen. Parano, Android, Radiohead. All I Need, Radiohead. Midnight Served, The Velveteens. I Saw You Close Your Eyes, Local Natives. Ace of Base, All That She Wants. Men at Work, Down Under. Ariane and the Druids Turn to Stone. Silence. I could listen to it over and over and over again and it would still be awesome. Lay All Your Love on Me, ABBA. My son listens to it and I listens to it and it is just perfect. Pain Remains, I Dancing Like Flames. Make sure to pull the lyrics up if you give it a listen. How Much I Feel by Ambrosia. They could make it an hour-long song. It's just so perfect. In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. So simplistic, yeah. So elegant in the way it builds up. Exit music for a film by Radiohead inserted into one of the Umbrella Academy episodes. Shine On You Crazy Diamond, Pink Floyd. Dazed and Confused. No Quarter, Led Zeppelin. Just Like Heaven, The Cure. Raspberry Beret, Prince. Somewhere We Know, Keane. You Give Love a Bad Name, Bon Jovi. A Man Without Love, Engelbert Humperdinck. The Spirit of Radio Rush. Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen. To Dance, Garth Brooks. In My Life by the Beatles. There She Goes by the Lars. Some Might Say by Oasis. World So Cold by Mudvayne. To Black Parade, MCR. Jesus of Suburbia, Green Day. Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen. Back to Life, Soul to Soul. Black Betty, Ram Jam. With You Forever, PNAU. Tribute, Tenacious D. Well, that's not the perfect song, but it's a tribute. Ride Like the Wine by Christopher Cross. Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas. Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. It's simple, emotional, and perfect. I have a few, but for sure Voodoo Child, Slight Return, Jimi Hendrix. Eurythmics. I Need You. I Wanna Dance with Somebody. Whitney Houston. Jekyll and Hyde and Wrong Side of Heaven from Five Finger Death Punch. I might get destroyed for this, but ... Duran Duran, Ordinary World. Perfect, Ed Sheeran. Perfect, One Direction. Literally Perfect. Journey, Faithfully. Mr. Brightside by The Killers or All the Small Things by Blink 182. Perfection. Black Pearl Jam. Rust, Black Label Society. Any Song by Deftones. Whatever It Takes, Imagine Dragon. In the End, Linkin Park. Is someone going to do a Spotify playlist out of this sub-type future? Metro Boomin. Travis Scott, Playboy Carti. Kashmir, Since I've Been Loving You and Stairway to Heaven. Rosetta Stoned, Descending. Tool Really. Heart-Shaped Box. Nirvana. No More Tears. Ozzy Osbourne. God Only Knows or Good Vibrations by the Beach Boys. Telescope by Cage the Elephant Will Never Get Old to Me. Where's Free Bird At? Also Green Grass and High Tides. Braver Than We Are. It sounds just as great in German. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Tears for Fears. Jimi Hendrix, Little Wayne, Live at Royal Albert Hall. OK Cathedral and Narrow Ways. Both by Violent Soho.